Hi, guys. Just seeing if you all are, everything's connected up. All right, it looks okay. All right, there's one of you here. Thank you for showing up. Okay, I really appreciate it. I'm just going to allow people to come in as you do. And I wonder, I haven't done a live in such a long time where I was taking questions, and it's going to be yes or no. So you have to think of a question where it's going to be like a yes or no answer. Yes, you may, Kay. Just make sure it's a yes or no question, and go ahead and put it out there, and I'll try and tag it here so that, oh yeah, I can star them. So I can keep track. I hope you guys are having a blessed Sunday. That's what Kay is saying right here. So thank you, Kay. And thanks for the three of you, and happy Father's Day to anyone that's tuning in. Hey, JR, how are you? It is a beautiful, sunny, but there's a cool breeze in the air a little bit from the ocean here, but it's very nice. Okay, Kay, I see your question, and you're asking. And hey, Hugger Greeter TK, nice to see you. Thanks for showing up. I've got two of my mods. Awesome. So Kay's question, oops. Does Maurice think about me? All right, let's take a look. Now I have a few different decks here. So though I say one question, I might use a couple of different decks, and I might kind of fill in a little bit more of just a yes or no. We'll see. It depends on how many people we have in here, and what the request is. If it's just kind of a small group of us, then we can take a little more time, which is fun. I'm open either way. So let me focus, and I got to dial into Maurice. Let's see, which deck am I drawn to use? Okay, firstly, I'm just going to use a regular tarot Rider Waite based deck, and this one's in white, and it's called the Albino, or Albino, as some people say, Rider Waite Tarot deck. Yes, the weather here, we usually in June, I'm in Northern California, very close to San Francisco, where the famous Mark Twain said that the coldest winter he ever spent was summer in San Francisco. And that's because in the months of June and really till, frankly, September, we get a lot of fog if you're by the coast. It's gorgeous here, but you better have a windbreaker, because the sun can look really hot and you round a corner, and then the ocean where I'm at up north is not like Southern California's warm, we're going to be nearly naked weather. This is where you're in a wetsuit and you're like you're in the Arctic. Okay, I see your question, Kim, and I'm marking it. Hello, and thank you for joining us. Thanks for those of you who are happening to join this. If you have a yes or no question, just feel free to ask it, and I'll star it. I'm the kind of a one-man band here, except for my couple of mods who will be helping me to keep track as much as they can of any questions that come up that I don't mark. All right, so enough of the chit-chat about the weather, although I hope that you're comfortable no matter where you are. And no matter who's seeing this, I convey blessings upon you. I really do. I pray that for your families and for all who view this to be well, and for there to be peace and harmony. All right, now let's take a look. Maurice and Kay. Okay. Does Maurice think about Kay? Does Maurice think about Kay? Does Maurice think about Kay? And how does he think about her? And I'm asking my guides and Maurice's guides, because we want to be polite, Kay's guides, to kind of work with us here this afternoon. Because it's not just my guides doing the work, it's yours as well joining mine. We're a bigger group that is seen. Okay. My strings for my hoodie are getting in the way. Let me kind of flip them out of the way. Oh, you did, Susan. The climate, I'm originally from Missouri, but I've been longer now. I'm a California girl out here. And I got to say, I'm spoiled by the climate. It's perfect because I'm in a wheelchair. I'm a paraplegic, and I did not want to deal with the Midwestern winter or summer. And luckily, my mom moved here, so I stayed here. Hey, Secrets of the Red Moon, nice to see you there. So we're looking at Maurice. I'm getting carried away. It's really hard for me, to be honest. I could just chit-chat with the, and that's why part of this live will be just chat. But I want to do the readings here as much as I can. All right, so Maurice and Kay. Does he think about Kay, and how so? Yes, no. What's the vibe? Because one card can sometimes give you that. Sometimes not. Sometimes I need more. Let's take a look. Okay. I'd like to give a good shuffle. Oops. All right. Okay, we're getting the Death card, which isn't bad. And I'm giving you two. I'm sorry. I should have said two cards because I always read in pairs. Because I like a little clarifier to go with the initial card I pull. But I'm getting the Death card, and that means that there is some kind of change or an ending. And I do get a card of enthusiasm. I don't know. Did Maurice have a relationship end? And maybe there's some sort of, he doesn't seem to be sad about it, I have to tell you, because this card's like invigorated. This one feels comparative to me, like going from kind of something that was kind of blah, blah, to something that's far more exciting, because this is the second card. This is how I read. We all read differently, and you don't have to read like me. When I give an explanation, I just want you to know how I get the information. That's just how I work. But I'm getting some passion here with these cards, despite I know it's the Death card. A lot of people would say that it means no, but that's not what it's coming across to me. It's coming across to me like it's explaining something. And because we only have 9 people here, it'll take a little time for you, girl. It really feels like something may have ended in Maurice's love life. I'm getting a lot. The red is what is popping out to me in both cards. This monochromatic black and red is just popping. And that stands out. I know I've just got to say it. It may mean nothing. It just might be just the passion and that kind of a feeling. But it feels like there's been an ending to something, and that there's a new passion that's opening up. And there is enthusiastic feeling. The Knight of Wands is not sluggish or like meh. It is energetic and fire. So I feel like there must be a yes behind this. And there is the 9 of Cups. There is a great deal of contentment. I think yes. And there's the 2 of Cups. So I don't know anything about this relationship, but if this isn't you, I'm sorry if it isn't, but, and he's mad at me. You kicked him out and he's mad. Okay. All right. Hold on to that thought. Let me just finish mine, because if I bounce too much, I will get confused. Okay. I got to continue. Wait. Coffee. You all know. Okay. Ambrosia of the gods. Anyways, I see a return of contentment, though, and a passion. It almost looks like it could be an apology, or common grounds, let's say. And there is contentment. All right, now I'm going to pop over to your question or your comment about having kicked him out. And dear mods, can you keep track of some of these questions that I'm not getting starred? Just make sure. I've got JR's starred is the last one I've got. Okay. So let me just pop it back to Karen. I'm sorry, Kay. I was just thinking of the K. Where was that comment? There you are. So Kay says, yeah, I kicked him out and he's mad at me about me. He's mad at me and he's stubborn about it. Okay. Well, he might be for a while, and that might be that death card of like, But you know what? Even that stubbornness is going to end. And there might be a return of enthusiasm. Now, if it isn't you, it could be, and I do think it's probably you, but I think there's a return of affection. And maybe almost like an apology feels like, I don't know if you get that vibe, but I'm kind of getting that vibe off of this Two of Cups when I look at these. There's so many cups and about emotions for you that I do feel like there is some contentment then back within a relationship or between two people that are intimate and close. And I believe that would make sense for you and Maurice to probably reconvene, a little later, but not without an apology. If there are apologies needed on both sides, I'd say, work on it together. All right. I hope that helps. So yes, he's definitely thinking of you. And I think he's still very much connected by the heart. But I think you're right. The stubbornness is going on. Okay. All right. I hope that was helpful. So yes, he is thinking of you. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Kay is a Scorp. I know Scorp so well. My husband is a Scorp. My oldest is a Scorp. My oldest child is 32, and they're a Scorp. And before my husband, when I was a youngin' and I was dating, I dated many Scorps. And yes, you know what? You all are also very stubborn. You don't take any crap. So Leos, they like the flash. Scorpio is chill, but very, very intense. And Leo is like boing, 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 like Tigger, So I can see where there would be steaminess. And I can see, and yes, that's right. The death card is Scorpio. Okay. It's like a true Scorpio. Your intuition is on. So yeah, watch for him, hearing from him again. And I think good terms may return. I hope so. It looks like it to me, but continue to try and work things out, because that's always going to be a contentious relationship, but you know that. All right. On to the next one. All right, Susan from hot, Colorado. Let me see if I can find yours. Queued up. Oh, starred for. All right. I don't have, you know what? Let me just look back through this. Okay. Susan Crone, what was your question about your new accommodation? I know that you had one, but I don't think, you asked this question. You were one of the first people, and I want to honor that. And if I don't get to you next, I will take you after the next person that I'm going to read on. But I want to get a question from you that you wanted. Okay. Maybe let me just reread it slowly. I have to reread things slowly. I'm moving to a wheelchair accessible apartment in July. Will lose my view, but hopefully gain a little more independence. Just a general question. Okay, I'd hoped that you'd maybe put the general question in there, but just feel free to put that general question now into the comments, and I will gladly pick it up, or one of my lovely mods will draw it to my attention and let me know that you provided that, Susan. So again, Susan Crone, please come to the window. No, please do leave your question. And again, if you have a simple question, basically a yes or no kind of a question, please put it into the, let me see here, into the comments. Again, I'm trying to chew gum and pedal a bike here, so it takes me a moment. Thanks, JR. I'm glad you're on to that. They may return. Maybe they went to go grab a coffee or use the facilities, as they say. All right. No words. We will check back. All right. On to the next starred comment. Okay. So we've got that one. I'm going to take out the ones that I've done so I can keep track. Okay. We're going to go on to Kim Walter for right now. And Kim's question is okay. Blah, blah, blah. Is my sibling psychopathically stealing and hiding away secretly my parents' father's money with no concern with helping me with my illness? And Kim writes that CPS, fibromyalgia. And are they intentionally being cruel, trying to deprive you of assistance? And are they being a bit shady with the parents' money? Okay. Got you. All right. Let me just clear this deck. And again, if you're just coming in, thank you so much. Feel free to, if you have a question, a yes or no question, simplistic, please put it in the comments below. I will star it. My mods will bring it to my attention. And again, Susan Crone, please go ahead, if you haven't, and put your question in the comments. You were one of the first people here, and I want to honor you with that answer. All right. The other thing that I'm going to be doing this live is talking about my experiences with having grown up in a haunted home and other apparitions and things I've learned, and just general chit chat with you guys and yours, if you want to share, so that this will be a really fun little nugget of a live that if some people find and they enjoy hearing those experiences, that they will have that. I really enjoy listening to them myself. Okay, so I'm clearing the deck because I love using this one. I don't know why, but this one out of all the Rider-Waite decks is really one of my favorites, besides the borderless, I think it's called Vibrant Rider-Waite, which is really kind of saturated color. All right, so Kim, your brother, and Kim, if you can and you're here, can you just give me their zodiac sign? Because I use that to differentiate sometimes when court cards pop up. Let's say that your brother is a Gemini. What could be him coming up within the cards would be, let's say, the Knight or the King of Swords, for example. So I always ask people that because it's just one of the ways that I try and narrow things down, a little method of mine. Okay. So is Kim's brother withholding care and being shady about their parents' money. Is Kim's brother hiding, taking their parents' money and not assisting them? Kim, respecting your pronouns. Because I don't know. With the name like Kim, some people, can be male, female, and then some people identify differently. So I do want to respect that. Let's see, the brother. I just feel like I gotta dial. Firstly, I feel like I need to dial into you and your brother. Okay. My husband's thrown a big heavy blanket over my wound vac, so hopefully you won't hear what sounds like flatulence or a whoopee cushion, because, if I was doing that, I'd let you know. I wouldn't be doing it live. Okay. Let's see. With no concern. All right. I get the Emperor. So the Emperor is, number one, I would say as a yes or no, it would be a yes. The Emperor is also typically, as many of you know, the father, a married man, typically more established, a little bit older. It can also actually represent your father. But I'm getting, just on a yes or no basis, that would be a yes. But let me pull one more card, because like I said, I read in pairs and I find that I appreciate clarity. Okay, and I'm getting a Queen of Cups. I know, it's hard to read that with the background. So I have a feeling that could be you. I'm going to pull a few more cards because there's just a small group of us here today. And I'm getting a King of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Six of Swords. Well, I do get first women. Okay, these would be the two together. I need one more card for that Six of Swords, because I read in pairs again. I'm not getting cards that I would think I would get if somebody was doing something underhanded, but it doesn't mean that they aren't. But as a yes or no, I did get the Emperor. But I'm feeling like there is something here with, I'm just going to say, a father-like energy and an adult female. And I don't know if this is you and your dad, or whether there was a close bond or an agreement or something, but it's highlighting it. Let me put it that way. And that's why I have to say, I don't know, but it's highlighting the father figure, father-husband figure, and a Queen of Cups. Someone that's a female that would be very empathetic, sensitive. For some reason, I think that might be you. I'm getting then the King of Wands and the Hierophant. And I feel like this is a male that feels like he's the one that makes the rules. And this male would have a very maybe traditional way of thinking, also maybe very black and white in their thinking, stubborn. They don't have a lot of gray area typically with someone with the Hierophant's way of thinking. They tend to be, like I said, very much more black or white in their thinking, traditional, to the point of being a bit stubborn. Okay. And This feels like maybe it could be your brother with the King of Wands. This is someone that's definitely more going to be on the more active side, on the more forward side of of how they respond. And fire typically has a tendency to have problems with maybe using a bit more of a filter. You know, they just kind of often almost their reaction is not, there's no pause button often. And if there is, it's something they develop later. But it almost by their element, we get a sense of a very lively male, shall we say, with very strong opinions. Okay. Um, let me see the live here because I can't see what's coming in. I was flipped over. Okay, I see your question now. Let me just roll on through. Okay, you're female. I see that. Okay. Okay, they are a Capricorn and I'm a Virgo. Thank you so much. All right. That's helpful. But these can also just be like the other people in your family. It can also be energies you're kind of fulfilling as well. And so I'm going to say this is probably energies that you're fulfilling. There's definitely like, I'm feeling like I just got the words with this King of Wands again when I glanced down, and the Hierophant, gatekeeper. So I do think your brother is feeling morally righteous and a bit of a gatekeeper. If that makes sense, I hope so. But it feels like there's something I think, I don't know if he's thinking that he's taking, well, I definitely think he is taking over and feeling like he is the confident to do so. But he feels like, of course I am, and setting the rules. But I do see something interesting happening where money is concerned here with the 7. There is a storing up. There is a pause. And then there is maybe a move, or there is going to be movement forward out of choppy water into a less dramatic time. So I don't know if that means that he has a plan and he's been saving up with that 7 of Pentacles, but this could be, to me, just looking at something where this person's saving up maybe for a move, because that could be part of a plan, or to make things be less chaotic in some way. But I do feel like this person feels like they have a moral obligation. Just going to roll down here. And hi, Tyler. It's nice to see you. I'm just going to pull a few more cards for you on this. But there is something that is going to happen with this concern to the beginning, with money. There's a disruption with that tower. So it's not something that is expected, but there could be a reevaluation with finances that you're talking about, especially if they are not being based on a proper foundation with the tower. Anytime we have the tower, it's not always a bad thing. It just means that something has been built up on a foundation that's faulty, that is not as strong as and proper as it should be. So at some point it gives way. And then the second card is the beginning of some money coming. So there might be a sudden change with this gatekeeping. And I'd say do anything that you need to do to look into it. Okay, because something's going to change there. Yeah. I'm getting either there's people working together legally, there's something that actually has a legal precedent, and hopefully you don't have to actually like go to trial or anything like that. I don't think so, but sometimes just saying, okay, now this is a legal matter, can be enough to make people shape up and do the right thing. So look, there's something definitely coming, and you may not expect it either, but there's going to be a shakeup, and it looks like to me there's going to be a legal reevaluation, where the beginning of maybe some money coming to you or how it's set up occurs. So please, Kim, keep me in the loop about that. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Now I'm going to take a moment and thank you guys for joining. And I'm going to start starring any of these questions that have come in that since I've been out. Okay. I see yours, Patricia. I'm going to star that. And I see yours. Right there. Ash Foster. Okay. Tyler. All right. I just want to go very slowly. I'm sorry it's been an emotional past week for you, Ash. All right. I have to go slow because sometimes my eyes will skip. So, okay. I see Hugger Greeter is asking a question. Let me just see it. And I appreciate your guys' patience with me. I just there we go. Got that starred. Okay, now I think we're caught up. All right. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. All right, Susan Crone, finally. All right, I'm going to switch decks because I will clear that one again later, and I'm going to go to another tarot deck. I always forget the name of this one. I don't know why, but y'all will recognize it. I always want to call it it's not the Bright Tarot. Is it the Radiant Tarot? I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but it's an oldie but a goodie. And for some reason, my mind just never wants to remember its proper name. All right, let me pop back over to the unstarred comments. Okay. Oh, well, Tyler, your 27th birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday. And Patricia Parker, I've got your question starred about getting well. Okay, so don't worry. And thank you for being persistent, because really, sometimes with these lives, especially when you're trying to do readings and monitor the live, it's tricky. Okay. This is a nice live, by the way. Oh, Kim, thank you. Kim is saying, thank you so much. Yes, I will keep you in the loop. I'm going to tell my mother's friends what's going on, and they will be upset about it. I'm very ill, and they are just enriching themselves and BS. Right. Well, that's good, because it looks like a legal with might or a letter from a lawyer might be well worth it. And no matter what, definitely pursue, because I see what looks like to me the beginning of what could be like financial installments. Because when you get that seed of the Ace of Pentacles, it's like, for me, especially with things like this, it could be like the beginning of payments or sums of, or a smaller amount of a larger amount. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Kim. Prayers up for you. That's just nonsense. I'm disabled and I hate to hear that. Um, it's just not okay for family members to do that. And I've had that experience. Okay, Susan Crone. Speaking of another person that is dealing with a disability but is moving to a new apartment, they want to know if it is going to really be a benefit to their independence, having to give up a great view in hope of greater independence. And independence is everything. It really is. Our space as disabled people really does matter. And speaking of someone who still doesn't have enough dedicated horizontal counter space and space that I can reach, I can tell you it is tough. Hey, Nor, I see your question and I'm starring it. Okay, so Susan, we're going to take a look at that. Will Susan Crone, will her move give her more independence? What I'm asking are guides that help us, our ancestors, our spiritual mentors. Will Susan's move give her more independence that she will appreciate? Okay, I think I'm dialed in. Let's give her a shot. I always end up leaning to one side for some reason on this bed. That's why you always see me shifting around. Again, if you're just coming in, thank you. Okay, Susan, we get the Justice card. So there's going to be balance to right away. I'm sorry, I've got skylights also above me that I got to kind of do this for. To me, the first thought that came with this card for you was it pays off. There's a trade-off, but it pays off with this Justice card. The downside of the place you were living may have been that it didn't offer you enough, that for you to be independent in the way that you need to be as someone using a wheelchair. But it had a great view, and there's even clouds here. So it feels like it's addressing both things to me. I feel that you're now going to have the other experience, I do, of where there's going to be maybe not the great view, but there is greater balance in your life. It gives you that opportunity. Yes, because look, you had the 8 of Swords, and this is where we feel confined. Now, if you look at this particular, and this is why I love this deck, and I'm so sorry I'm such a dork and I don't always remember its name, but if I remember to, I will put it, and that I'm just being honest, I will put its name in the description box for those of you that are interested. If you notice, okay, we see the reflection. She feels all tied up. She's got the little negative birds peppering her mind, but she's not able. She feels like she can't see. She can't figure things out. There's some kind of confusion, and there's confinement, but they're not real thick, heavy ropes. And there is a way that she could wiggle out of them. However, her self that is looking is not tied up like she feels. So this shows an inner, aspect. But you get these 2 cards together. So I say yes. This will be dealt with. This issue of feeling confined is going to be remedied, in my opinion. Yes, again, about balance, you get Temperance. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. There we go. So again, it is about balance. One extreme, to the other, but you want to be in the middle. And that's where you are. This is you right here. If you had a baseball cap on backwards and we're a dude. So, but it's you. The Light Seers deck. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dean. It's the Light Seers deck. It's a great deck. So your answer is yes, Susan. I feel like according to these cards, you're going to have now the balance that you didn't have there. You may not have the great view necessarily that you had, but I see that it is going to be a good move for you. As always, keep me in the loop and leave a comment, drop a comment sometime, and let me know. All right. On to the next one. Oh, I see the question, Dean. All right. Let's see. And happy birthday to all the people born in the month of June. What a lovely month. It really is. I am a spring, summer person. I really, really come alive as much as I can. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go. I think I've got this. I think I've got everyone else's now at this point. Okay. Who is next? All right. Let me just see here. Wait a minute. I need Patricia's. Just going to grab hers. Oh, I did have it start. Why didn't it show up in my thing? That's so annoying. Okay. That's what I said. Some of these things will bounce around. Thank you for being very, very... All right. I want to highlight it. That's the whole point because I like to see it in there. I'm a little bit picky that way. Okay. That's so odd. All right. I'm going to get it. It always happens. It always happens like this. All right. Patricia, Patricia, Patricia. This always happens to me. There we are. Okay, Patricia. I'm going to give this one a really good shuffle, and I might eye a different deck. I might eye an Oracle here for you. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Patricia Parker. If y'all would be so kind, can you give me a thumbs up? Yes, I burned my thumb. So can you use your thumb for me? Thank you. All right. Dean says he loves the Cancer season. Now, Dean's site is Secrets of the Red Moon Tarot. All right. And again, I'm using the Light Seers deck, and I'm saying this more for myself than for probably other people. All right. Patricia Parker. Will I ever get well again? So we're looking at health trajectory. I know this feeling so well because I've been dealing with problematic pressure ulcers for about the last 5 years. And they are very slow to heal. I have to be can't be in my wheelchair very much except to go to the bathroom and for doctor's appointments. And it's really crazy making. So I really appreciate Patricia's concern. So what does Patricia need to know with regard to her health trajectory? Is she going to have improvement and feel better at some point? You know, and you have long windows of illness. You can't imagine unless you've been there. And even if you're just down for a month, that's nothing. If people that have been chronically ill for years or dealing with issues like myself and others, it really is a tough lesson of patience and faith and hope. And if you don't have the best prognosis, shall we say, it's how to deal with that and how to make what you do have some kind of quality. Okay. And that often entails appreciating the smaller things. Like for me, I can only say it's being out and feeling the sun on my face and so on and so forth. It's a nice meal with my family, you know. And I think if we all can keep it to a more simple thing, we're far less likely to be as depressed. We gotta remember the good stuff too. But it's tough. I have my bad days. Let me tell you, I have them. And I am sure Patricia does too. So let's take a look at Patricia Parker. What's ahead? All right. I wanted to give them a good shuffle, especially as we're reading about other people, you know, with the same deck and all of that. We do get the Ace of Cups. I'm glad to see that. Okay, this is an opening up of your heart and a feeling and feeling connected. And I think this is a yes. You asked a yes or no question, and this card is known to be a yes. Okay, I'm going to pull an extra one for you. And the 10 of Pentacles, also a yes card. But that 10 of Pentacles, you know, it also gives me like a feeling of time, of earthly time. It is to do with family. It is to do with family inheritance. Sometimes it's genetics. Sometimes it's allowing people that feel as though they are family or close to you, just getting more involved or connected with them. But I see a yes, and I see activity, I think, connected to family. Look at the joy. Look, people are smiling. So I take that as a very positive for you, Patricia. So keep hope. Keep hope. 8 of Wands. Yes, and there is an end in sight. There is an end. So, and there's some unseen things. I just can't help it. There's some unseen things at hand with the High Priestess. And just keep using your intuition. Part of it is the development of your intuition, according to these cards as well, in facing challenges. See all these wands down here? This woman has peace of mind, and she uses her intuition and meditation, connecting to spirit. So it might just be that you need to kind of, sometimes I have to do it too, just kind of lay down, close my eyes, and just telepathically have a conversation with God. I see a yes, though. Okay? I hope that's helpful. All right, on to the next one. All righty. Hugger greeter. Just wondering, is my friend mad at me? Okay. Again, I want to switch decks. Okay. I'm going to go back to the albino, or albino, as some people call it, Rider Waite. Okay, Hugger Greeter TK. Dialing in. Is your friend mad at you? Yes or no? So again, asking our spiritual mentors to work with us, because I'm not doing this all alone. Your energy is here with mine. And I am including it in my quest to focus. Is it greeter or hugger TK? Sorry, hugger greeter TK. Do they have a friend that is their friend mad at them? Is their friend mad at them? I'm going to do a few more, okay? And again, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. If you could, don't forget to put a thumbs up so my algorithm gets a little better. It's not been the greatest lately. Okay. Okay, let's see what we get. I get the Six of Swords. So this is a card of moving on, out of less drama. I mean, toward less drama. So this could be that you might end up having a greater understanding about what they were upset with or whatever, and things get smoothed out. That's how I would interpret this card. And in this case, I would say maybe, yes, they were less than pleased, but whatever the emotion, it looks like things will go in a more positive direction. Let me just get an extra one to go with that. You know how I am. This is a lighter hearted aspect. Someone needs to lighten up, maybe. It's also can indicate someone being a bit of a child or playful. So with these two cards together, I'm going to say that they probably did. And the message is that maybe someone needs to be a little bit more playful and lighten their energy, if that makes any sense. People need to lighten up. Oh, I was just, okay. That's my answer for you. I hope that's helpful. Sorry, when I'm trying to do the both at the same time, I can catch myself. It's like, oh, wait a minute, you're supposed to be doing this too. So again, hugger greeter TK, I would say, I think they were not, there was some issue. And I do see things, I think, going in a better direction and less drama and moving forward. So with humor and a lighter spirit. Oh, I'm so glad that makes sense. Okay, good. And once again, I really appreciate how I know if I'm getting accurate or not is if people can keep me in the loop, with things that aren't instantly apparent. I would really appreciate y'all, if something later happens, coming back and posting. Thank you, Hugger Greeter, and thank you for being an excellent mod. All right, now we're going to go to the next. Okay, we're going to go to Noor. And don't worry, Dean, and we just making sure I've got the right folks. I've got Dean. And wait a minute, I know that there was another one. Okay, there's, Tyler's question. You've known me since 2020? Tyler, yeah, I know. Isn't that funny? See how fast it goes? The older you get, Tyler, the older you get. You're just finding that out in your 20s. It's going to fly. All right. So you wanted to know what is coming for you ahead musically, right? Oh, There we are. I got you. All right. Now we can continue on. Thank you guys for being so patient. And JR, yours, I think I have also. Let me just double check my starred questions. Yes, I do have yours. So, okay, that's good. No, you didn't miss it yet. Good timing though, that you didn't miss it. So let's go now to Nor. Nor, I have about 3 more readings, I think. That'd be about perfect at the wrap up. I did want to do a chat about ghostly stuff, but I might do that another time. We'll see. Because I do still need to call my dad. I sent him gifts and I wanted to make sure he got them and of course give him a call. So I might do that kind of stuff and then pop back on for another live tonight on Ghostly Chat. Does that sound interesting to anybody here? Well, we'll find out, won't we? Okay. Nor. Okay, Faisal. I hope I'm pronouncing their name correctly. I would like to know, I would like to know if Faisal has feelings for me. Okay. Let's take a look. Nor, I hope you're still here. But if not, these are always recorded and I make sure that I click the setup that records the replay back so that people can see the chat and see how it went down. Okay, Nor. Faisal. Do they have feelings for Nor? Are they interested in Nor? Okay. Oh, thank you, Nor. I like to know that. It's always with my name, people mispronounce it Maya all the time because it's Maija. Throws them for a complete loop. So I appreciate knowing that I said their name correctly because it does matter. All right. We're getting the Page of Swords. To me, this is a yes. And we do have the 8 of Cups, though. There is a walking away. There is watching. There's a watchfulness here. They might have issues with abandonment. This Faisal. I'm trying to see how this fits in with this person. I feel like they are more of a silent individual that is takes things in, is really watching someone's how they act, people watching, I'm not quite sure how the card of walking away works with them, whether, like I said, they have like abandonment issues or whether they tend to be someone that when things get complicated, they walk away. I'm not sure. But I do see that they, I think, have an interest. Let me just pull a few more cards. There's Justice and a decision. And then, okay. And then they decide very quickly, it would seem to me, upon maybe acting. It could be that they're going to, I don't know if they have a current relationship that they're leaving or something like this going on. But I feel like they, upon whatever it is that they're watching with someone else, my feeling here is with these cards that it causes them, Faisal, to make a decision to act very quickly. There's news coming in with this Knight of Swords. It's the fastest knight in the deck. And I want to see what I've got to see it, what they're responding to. this is a protectiveness, again, kind of, can also be sometimes wanting to control things. But there's a delay. I feel like they might be very shy. But I see there is a decision and then there is a delay and there is holding on or waiting. So I don't know what they're waiting for with you, but it looks like they are kind of observing things. I do think there is an interest, but I think there is a confusion about what would be the right way to respond. And it looks like there is a delay in responding. So just kind of, if I was you, just keep being yourself, keep being positive, and being open to them, because it kind of feels like this person is skittish, which means that they kind of seem like they want very much to get right in there and say something or do something, but then they kind of freeze. And I'm not sure why they're doing that. However, with this delay, it could be that they want to be able to control things so they don't feel so vulnerable in I don't know, pursuing or asking you out or something like that. But it looks like we have, like, they want to ask you. Does it make sense? I think it makes sense. He's interested, but is waiting for me to approach him. Yes, yes, yes. That is it. Okay, let's see what else we get. Back and forth. You know what? Just do it. He's going to start to feel bad. He's going to feel rejected. So you can make a friendly gesture, you know. I think that if you're interested, you need to make the move. Okay? You're welcome, Nora. Thank you for asking an interesting question. Okay. So now we're going to go to JR. And then we have Tyler, and we'll have Dean. All right. I'm going to give this deck a rest for a moment. Just let me shuffle it up a little bit. And we're going to do JR's question, which is, by my birthday this year, will I reach my weight loss goal? Good for you. That is something to be commended. That is more difficult than people think. The older we get, the harder it can be to lose weight. And especially if you have other health issues, you know, that can compound the issue. All right. So JR. I'm going to use the other deck. I just want to clear this one. I've really had a good time with you guys. You know, thanks so much for making this live so much fun. And it's flown by. All right. Good news is I think I'm going to be able to start doing them more often, because even though I'm healing very slowly, I can take an hour, you know, like this, and do a simple type reading like this for people, which I really enjoy doing, because I don't read privately for people. I don't. My energy and my off time is mine, and I don't need the money that much. So I like being able to give people a free, fast reading here on something that might be bothering them, rather than having to feel guilty about charging somebody. And I don't feel guilty about charging people for work I do, but I would have to charge a lot more than some people might feel comfortable with, because of my situation and my time. I just don't have the energy to keep up with private readings and a channel. Kudos to those who do. But my healing, I can be like this one moment, and I can be asleep the next. Not kidding. That happened to me yesterday. Okay. JR. Will JR meet their goal weight by their birthday? Yes or no? Will JR meet her goal weight by her birthday? I get the Seven of Swords. This is something that's a little under the radar. This is going to be a challenge. I'm going to be honest. You get 2 sevens. That's interesting. The Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands. But keep at it. I feel like there could be someone that, or something that is trying to, maybe in a sneaky way, throw you off course. It could be your own self. It can. But I see persistence, and you can overcome the challenges. And there's a numerous for you, apparently, there with the Seven of Wands. It's saying that you have more than average number of challenges to face, but that you have the power and the ability to do it. However, you do get a card, two sevens here. You do get a card of the Seven of Swords. So this is, for me, also mentally watching your thoughts, watching any tendency to try to take shortcuts. I don't know that would be particularly good for you. And that's what I feel like this Seven of Swords really is. To me, it looks like, yes, but don't try to take shortcuts to do it. Do it mindfully. That's important. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to pull a couple more for you. The Ten of Cups, that sure is like a birthday card to me. That's happiness. And look, the Ace of Pentacles, gifts and bonus. So I think the bonus lies in not giving way to shortcuts, doing it, and you will be able to come to your goal weight. All right. But forget about shortcuts. I just see it creeping in there, and I can understand. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. That's right. That's right, Tyler. I usually do intuitive readings, but only if I have the energy to do so. They can get draining real fast if I'm not careful. It's true. And often, you're at because our consciousness alters when we're trying to read and talk to you. We're maintaining kind of 2 sets of consciousness. So we may not feel it till after we're really done with the readings and stuff. And then it's just like, ooh, what was I doing? I overdid it. It's kind of like a hangover. So it's so weird. All right. So that's done. All right. All right. So what do I see? Let's do Dean's. Yours is the best for last, right? All right. And I will wrap this up. So if you have any more questions, just bring them for the next live that you see posted, and just keep your notifications going so that you can see whenever that will be. I can't always say that it's going to be next Sunday, unfortunately. It depends on my energy. So sometimes I can kind of tell a couple days in advance, like I was able to this time. But I aim to do it next Sunday. If you see it come up for next Sunday, you can bring your one question, yes or no, and with a little clarity, to that live. And it'll be about the same time, 3 o'clock. All right. So, Tyler's. What is next for Tyler? Tyler, do you want this, was this to do with music or just like in general? You can let me know. But let's just see what, in the meantime, what Spirit wants to share. I'm going to say musically and anything else that you need to know. Cover the bases. And again, if you've been watching and if you're going to And then please just give me a thumbs up before you go. I would appreciate it. Okay, Tyler. What is on? Yeah, general. What does Tyler need to be aware of that is ahead of him at this time? What does he need to be aware of? And we're asking the guides, our mentors and ancestors. That he needs to be aware of. Opportunities, whatever. What does he need to be aware of? What is important coming forward for Tyler? All right. I get the sun. Well, something very positive and things that are clarifying, things also that can be exposed, as you know. So make sure that you don't have any wardrobe mishaps. Just a joke there. Anyways, this is very positive. And you get the Hierophant. I believe that in this instance, there is going to be clarity. I feel like in learning new steps or learning specific, it could be like specific music or like methods in playing music or creating music, if that makes sense. That's what I always kind of get with that Hierophant. It's kind of the stairs, and this is like, these are the steps that there is learning. And there's a very set way to do it with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is all about, no, it's just like this. And some things are just like that. So I feel that you also get, it's good. You also get the Six of Swords, where it's like there's been a lot of drama and the emotional stuff. And I do think you said things have been hectic lately. Here's the good news. You're going to be headed in a less dramatic situation, okay? It could even include a move, but I also see your heart opening up. You know, you feel more safe to do so. This is kind of involves a certain degree of vulnerability. It could be even a new relationship, but it could be one that comes with a move or after things start to settle down. I do see positivity, though. I mean, look at that. You get the sun and you get the Hierophant, just traditional kind of learning and skills and ideas. It's not necessarily a bad thing at all. And then there is positivity moving forward with going toward a time and an area in your life where, and quite possibly literally an area, it can be moving further away or just figuratively moving away from chaos into calmer waters. Okay? So it looks very good. And there is a possibility of a new relationship with the Ace of Cups. All right? It shows happiness, bro. All right. Dun, dun, dun. The last question for the live. Thank you so much for being with us. Okay, we have Dean's question. Am I moving toward my twin flame or vice versa? Okay, let's take a look. You know what? Again, I'm going to switch out the deck. And I'll pick up my cleared Rider-Waite. This one so far is not peeling so much with my strange method of shuffling. I hope it stays that way. I really do. Okay, Tanby, I will add your question, and it will be the last one for the live, all right? Okay. Because I can do that question quickly or not, yes or no. Okay. But we are at the end of the live, and I'm wrapping it up. didn't go too badly over the hour, so I'm keeping it close to that. Okay. Dean. Dean, I need to ask you to do a reading for me, by the way. I will, I'll have to send you a message, an email. Okay. Anyway, getting back to your question and your twin flame. All right. Is Dean moving closer to his ideal person, his twin flame? Or might they be actually moving closer to him? Is that coming closer? Or are they coming closer to meeting, to connecting? Is it on the horizon? That's what we want to know, right? Is it on the horizon? Okay. I get the King of Wands. Now, I would take it as just one card as a yes. And the second card that you get has to do with some sense of confinement. Now, when I read them together, is this person perhaps at the moment married or with someone that makes them feel like they can't be themselves? Because it kind of looks like that. There is some sense of confinement around a man. So, and it's not you, because I know that you're, number one, you're not like this. And number two, you're a water sign. But this is, I feel like, someone that's still in a relationship in which they need to, I think they're almost too afraid to hurt this person's feelings, but they need to get the guts up to break it off because it's not working. Oh boy. Well, then the Tower comes along, boom, and this person is free, and I think you might meet them fairly closely on the heels of them breaking up with this person or being free. I don't know. That's just a possibility. But it shows that there's something very sudden where the relationship, I think that I'm being shown here, is going to go. I think they're going to break free of this person. I think this person's a bit abusive, to be honest. And this person will get, I think your lady friend will be getting a recognition for leaving a relationship that they should have a very long time ago. So it looks like maybe right now they're trying to figure out how to break something off with someone that they're less than thrilled to be with. No problem, Tanu. Yeah, they have to walk away from that person and end the relationship. I do think it is on the horizon, but it could be another year, you know? Just giving that approximate window of time, Dean. Sounds good? Keep me in the loop. Because it looked really clear, like, yeah, there's some kind of relationship that I think this female would be involved in, and it might be a bit sticky for them trying to end the relationship. This type of individual that they'd be with would be pretty contentious with that Wands energy. All right. Okay, so last one is for Tanu. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Okay. Or Tanvi. Sorry, Tanvi. Just want to know if my boyfriend is cheating on me or not. I have been really upset from some previous months. Please guide me. Okay. Let's take a look and see what we get. And as always, these are tarot cards. You must verify facts if you think that someone's doing that. Try and find other means if you can, as much as possible. Because the tarot is the tarot. And sometimes it can be really clear, and sometimes it's as clear as mud. And sometimes we can also misinterpret things. So let's see. Let me just dial into you, so to speak. Let me just try and connect. Asking the guides, our spiritual mentors, if Tanvi's boyfriend is not being loyal, if they are cheating on her, what does she need to know? I'm asking our guides and ancestors, of course, Tanvi's, to let us know what it is she needs to do with regards to this relationship. Is he cheating? I think yes. This is the Knight of Swords, and this is to act quickly. This is also quick incoming information. But with the Knights, it's usually about action or movement. Sometimes actually, actually moving house. But I don't think so in this case. For a yes or no card, this is a yes. Okay? Unfortunately. We do get the Seven of Wands. And this is, you can overcome this and move on. You're bigger than this. I think you need someone that is more on your own wavelength. Look, it shows you as a giant, and you have the ability to overcome the problems, not necessarily in the relationship. I feel like this is more about taking your empowerment of yourself and showing boundaries. Yeah, I do think so. I see an end with an adult male. So if this is the boyfriend, I think that with the death card, it's not necessarily a physical death, of course. More often than not, what it is dealing with is an end, like seasons end, relationships end. And I unfortunately think that something could end with him. I think it's important. The guidance here is, you're so much better than this. And that's really what they're saying. Move on. Don't get stuck with this guy. He might also be the type that has a fondness for materialism, might be all about expensive things or getting himself things, so on and so forth, whatever. I see this relationship closing, ending out. And you, I think, looking ahead, turning your back on fighting and drama with this person, because I think that's all you're going to get with him. And I just don't think it's sustainable. Yep, no. You get the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you will move on and be very careful over any prospective new boyfriends. And that's okay. You take your time. Unfortunately, I do think this person is doing something they shouldn't be, according to those cards. Okay? All right. As always, please keep me in the loop so that I can keep track, to some degree or another, of accuracy. And no one's 100% accurate, unfortunately, especially not me. And even somebody like is super great, like Linda. Rarely is she wrong, but sometimes she is. It's just the nature of the beast. Anyways, so to speak. It's not the beast. Anyway, bye. Thank you so much. Please give a thumbs up. Hit your notifications. And we'll do this again because it's fun. And I'll see you later. Bye. Thanks so much for having a great day with me.